Hey, this is the video for protein SHAPE.1. So go ahead, set up your Cornell notes. Remember to start a new entry, a new page for this video, and pay attention to the essential vocabulary. Today we'll be looking at neuron, neurotransmitter, and receptor. So just to review, feedback is our body's way of responding to an environmental stimulus. And a stimulus is just a change in the environment. And one example is temperature within our body. When it gets too warm, our bodies will sweat, and that when the sweat evaporates, that is cooling our bodies. When our bodies get too cold, we will shiver, and moving those muscles really fast generates heat, which will cause our bodies to get warmer. So this response happens, this is our body's way of communicating within itself. Now, you've probably noticed that if you ever touch something hot, like your hand is not on there for very long, you will move your hand away really fast. Now, why is this? Well, one thing that happens is within our body, we send messages, much like you're making a phone call. So we have parts of our body that we might feel heat, and then another part of our body is telling us to take that hand away from the heat. This happens through the actions within the brain. And the brain is connected to the nervous system, which is a series of nerves, including the spinal cord, which sends messages all throughout the body. Now, how does this happen? Well, the basic cell within the nervous system is the neuron. And the neuron is kind of shaped like this. It kind of has like a star shape on both ends with the long little shaft in the middle. But a neuron is simply a nerve cell. Now, you put a bunch of nerve cells together, and this is how you send this electrical impulse. So the electrical impulse travels from one neuron to the next. However, in a little area, there's a gap. So there's not, the nerve cells or the neurons are not actually touching. There's this area which is called a synapse, which you don't have to know. But the electrical impulses cannot actually pass in that synapse because it's open space. So much like once you unplug an electrical outlet or something from an electrical outlet, it won't have an electrical charge anymore. The same thing happens. You're not actually able to pass this electrical charge or this impulse from one neuron to the next. So what happens? Well, this electrical impulse goes to the end, and then there's a little message that goes into the other neuron, and that's called a neurotransmitter. So literally you have the neurotransmitter going from one neuron to the next. And a neurotransmitter is simply a protein that delivers a chemical message between two nerve cells. Now, we know that this is a protein because it has a particular shape. Every single protein, once it is formed, organizes itself into a particular shape, and it is this shape that gives the protein its function. So along with the neurotransmitter, we have what is called a receptor. And a receptor is simply a protein on the surface of a cell membrane that receives chemical messages. And again, I know it's a protein because it has a particular shape. And these shapes have to match. If the shapes don't match, the message will not be received. So I would like you to respond to this check for understanding. I want to know that you understand everything that was presented to you today. I hope that this video was informative. I thank you for your attention, and I will see you soon.